I'm back with a new video. It's been a while since I've posted on this, and I thought I'd make a video about what I'm planning to do to hopefully, without tempting fate, have the best winter of training I've had in many years. So I'm in a bit of a hurry this morning. I've left it a bit fine. I'm meeting up with Aaron King to go on a 4-hour rain dodging mission. As you can see, the Har has come in, east coast of Scotland in winter, and summer as well. So 4 hours on to avoiding the turbo until it's absolutely necessary. And yeah, come along, I'm going to share some thoughts on how I'm going to have the best winter I've had yet. As you can see, it's so foggy I've had to take my sunglasses off. And I'm here with Aaron. We're just climbing out into Perth. And number one thing I'm going to change about this year, I would say, is weather fatigue, which is a term I've just coined just now. And I would say the biggest part of it is that in years gone by, I've gone away for 2 or 3 weeks to Spain at a time to try and avoid the Scottish weather. And what I've come to learn is whatever you do for a long enough time just becomes your normal. So rather than going away for so long this year, I'm going to break it up with a couple of 1-week trips away. Mainly Calpe, because it's so unbelievably cheap. You get good weather, good roads. But when you can't go away, the main thing is to not, as best as you can, try and not do too much of the same thing. You know, I've been there and done 6 days a week on the turbo, and it's just mentally draining. So as you can see, we're out braving the bad weather to try and put off that turbo session for as long as possible, because it's going to become essential at some point. Another thing you can see is that we've got proper clothing for the weather. Castelli Gabba, all round Castelli all kit. Trying to stay warm and dry, and that definitely helps get you out the door on those grim days where you're considering riding turbo for the 5th time in a row. In days gone by, we've both got some horrible stories of riding in the worst weather with the wrong clothing. So I think Aaron's got a good story of riding so cold and not being able to feel his hands. Just a horrible time. What's your story, Aaron?
My story, I was out with my good friend Cal, my dad and his dad, going around the back roads, and you go to brake. You think you're braking, but you're not, because your hands are that fucking cold that you can't feel the levers. So you end up hitting a pothole. You can't see the pothole because of the rain. Go over the bars, and it's a call for the old mum to bring you home. It's embarrassing, but it's true.
That's why you need to get full Castelli gear, you know, go to Wheelbase, don't go to UK, my Castelli kit. My next biggest change for this winter, I'm hoping is going to pay dividends. I've spent months focusing on this, and it's bike fit problems. Historically, I've really suffered with things like saddle sores and medial knee pain, and a pair of these, you know, they just add up. Like, you might start the winter and you've only had a couple of days of a little twinge in the knee, or, you know, 1 or 2 saddle sores after a really big day on the turbo, but you get to January or February and you've had you know, the gooch is in pieces, you've had 10 saddle sores, and you look back over it and you go, oh, I missed 4 or 5 days at Christmas, I maybe missed a week in February, all because of a knee injury. So although it's been a quite arduous process, you know, I've probably spent a serious amount of money on it, to be honest, and a good amount of time. I've fixed some things going on with my knee tracking and my hips. They just mean I sit straighter on the bike, no longer get saddle sores, so I'm ready to do 6-hour days on the turbo if the weather means that's what I have to do. And yeah, luckily, not tempting fate again, I've not had any knee injuries for a prolonged period of time, so I'm hoping that just makes my training over the winter more consistent. And as we all know, consistency is king. So yeah, I would say saddle sores and knee pain are a real sensitive subject for most people. I think everybody, or almost everybody, gets saddle sores. Nobody talks about it. And the stigma, especially when we were younger, was that saddle sores come from poor hygiene. And unless you're stick of the dump and you haven't had a shower in about 3 years, I wouldn't say it's to do with hygiene. I can almost guarantee it's because you're sitting squinting on the bike. So before going in and trying to, you know, grit your teeth through 2-3 hours on the turbo this winter, could be worth looking at why you're getting the same saddle sores in the same spot, your knee injuries that keep coming back, and altogether, riding the turbo is horrible enough. It's only made worse if you're riding in pain. So for me, I've spent a lot of time and a reasonable amount of money just trying to solve these consistent problems, and hopefully this winter when I'm riding the turbo, I'll be grateful that I did. You might have seen that the most effective recovery drink out there these days is chocolate milk. Now, I looked into this, I've done a few nutrition videos myself, and I've come to find that the most effective ride food, the food that has the optimum ratio of carbohydrates to fat, is a Fisher & Donaldson fudge donut. So next time you're out on a ride, pick up one of these bad boys.
You can open up.
Oh yeah, oh. That's good. This is my final and biggest change for this winter. I have to start by saying thank you very much to anyone and everyone who's gone out, donated blood or plasma products this year. I was very lucky to get my diagnosis and get treatment started so quickly for immunoglobulin. In years gone by, I have just bounced between one illness and another. I've tried everything between wearing masks and religiously sanitizing hands and making sure my vitamin D is as high as possible during Scottish winter by supplementing that. But I can thankfully say that I've been illness free for the longest period of time in my memory, and that all just contributes to consistency. So I don't imagine there's too many people in the same boat as me coming into the winter, but everybody struggles with illness during the winter, and it really can scupper your training. So I would say trying your best to stay healthy is the same as trying to stay injury free. So it's kind of the time of year where there's a lot of gatherings of people. You can be really stressing your body out by going riding in the freezing cold rain, and maybe you're lucky enough to be invited to a Christmas party this year, and you go along to that. Well, maybe alter your training around that so that your body's under a little bit less stress, ready for that Christmas Baileys or whatever drink you prefer. Yeah, I think staying illness free, staying injury free are the two biggest things you can do to have a good summer of cycling next year and really crack this winter. So they've been a major focus of mine, and I wouldn't have been able to stay injury free if it wasn't for plasma donors and the doctors that have helped me along the way. So I say thank you to them. case anybody was wondering, I did make a video of my final race of the year, which was a stage race about 6 weeks ago. Unfortunately though, the race was a bit hectic. I couldn't get any race footage. I didn't really know the results until a few days later, so I found watching it back to edit it, it was quite boring and all over the place. I didn't really know what the message was or if there was really anything of value in it, so that got canned. I then went on holiday for a few days to Nice, did some sightseeing and enjoying the slightly better weather before coming back here for the winter. And I did what I always recommend, which is I did a lactate test a few days after coming back, just to sort of set a baseline, see where I was at. Again, I didn't really film that. There wasn't too much to gain. You have a few days off the bike and these tests are never really going to be anything that spectacular. So I've had a good few weeks of training in now, just building up the volume and getting back into things, sorting out a few final bike fit niggles before the winter. But there'll be a lot of hours on the turbo trainer, and yeah, I'll get a lactate test filmed and post that to monitor my progress and see how the training's going. Well, that was a pretty typical winter training ride. I've just parted ways with Aaron. He's heading home, I'm heading home. I reckon this will be 4.5 hours when it's all said and done. Good training day, no intervals, just zone 2 riding. So a good day on the bike.